Hi, welcome. My name is Thia and I'm with Sipping and Painting Hampton, and today I'm here to demonstrate some watercolor workshop techniques. Last time we did a flat wash, a graded wash, and a blended wash, but this time we're going to add some special effects techniques to those washes. So I have in front of me a simple set of watercolors, 2 jars full of water, one to clean your brush and one to get it extra clean, a simple set of basic brushes, a paper towel for blotting, some masking tape for taping down my small pieces of watercolor paper to a piece of cardboard, and I used simple mixed media watercolor paper, nothing fancy there. And I have some fun extra supplies with me today. I have rubbing alcohol and some salt and some art masking fluid. And so we're going to demonstrate some special effects techniques that you can use with watercolors. I also have a little eyedropper here. So today we're going to use the effects we did last time and demonstrate some special effects techniques. First, I'm going to wet the brush, wet my 3 sample papers with water. My 4th piece of sample paper has been painted with a star using my masking fluid. So masking fluid is something you can get in the art store. It's in the watercolor aisle, or else you can just use rubber cement, which has the same effect. You paint on a design with the masking fluid or rubber cement, and you wait for that to dry. And we'll go over that with some watercolor later. In the meantime, I have 3 wet pieces of paper, so I'm going to put some washes of watercolor on them. And if you want a more detailed explanation of these washes, you can see my last video. Right now, I'm going to put some blue paint on my first piece of paper and making a flat wash. Then I'm going to clean my brush and make a graded wash with some purpley paint, half cleaning the brush there and then making it lighter at the bottom. So we want more paint at the top and then fading off gradually to the bottom, and then finally a blended wash on my 3rd piece of paper. So I'm going to put some red along the top, half clean the brush, and go over the other side with some green paint and overlap my red. And again, if you want a more detailed explanation of that, you can look at our last video. And I'm wiping that clean brush on my paper towel. Now I have some nice wet examples here. Flat wash in blue, graded wash in purple, and a blended wash in red and green. And now I'm going to use salt. And I used a big kosher salt here because the grains are nice and large. And I'm going to sprinkle that on my blue flat wash. And I'm just sprinkling the salt there. You can use different kinds of salts. I also have a sea salt here, so maybe I'll add some flakes of that to my other salt. You can try Himalayan salt. Try any kind of salt, and you can leave your examples in our comments and we can see what you did. Also, I have a little bit of rice here, and I just used white rice. And I'm going to sprinkle that on my graded purple wash there. And then I'm going to take my dropper, and in my little dish here I have the rubbing alcohol. I'm going to take my dropper and I'm going to drop a few drops of that onto my red and green. You can see what that looks like there as it starts to spread out. I'll hold that up to the camera. Those are what those look like when they are wet. So I have done these samples and let them dry, and I want to show you what they look like when after they have dried off and you knock the rice off, and that is what that sample looks like. And here is a sample that was done in purple with the kosher salt. And then, oh, I have my graded wash with the alcohol droplets. So that is what that looks like. Now, on the art masking fluid or rubber cement, you paint that on and let that dry, which I have done here in a star, and I am going to now paint a wash over that. And this is what that looks like when you have the wet paint painted over the art masking fluid star. And then we'll let that dry. Now that the masking fluid has had time to dry, I'm going to remove it by rubbing it with my finger. So I'm just going to rub that right off. And when I do that, and when you remove the masking fluid, a white star will remain. So try these special effects at home. If you have enjoyed this video today, be sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video. You could also leave me a tip in the Venmo link below. I am Thea, and thank you for painting with me today in my studio with Sipping and Painting Hampton.